let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to today's chair yoga class. I am Coach Lindsay. Thank you always for joining me. Today is going to be nice and easy, just a nice, easy yoga flow practice with lots of good stretching, good ankle mobility, and just kind of a full body release of tension essentially. So all you need is a chair, something that doesn't have wheels, that's nice and sturdy, that you can sit down and do this with me with. So let's go ahead and get started. So once you have your chair and you're nice and ready to go, we're just going to find our footing in our chair. So a lot of times when you're starting with the chair exercise or chair yoga specifically, you want to make sure that you are nice and comfortable, you're sitting nice and straight, and that you're not leaning back in your chair. So scoot a couple inches forward, and then making sure that your feet are flat on the ground and you have about a 90-degree angle with your knees. And then shoulders should be rolled nice and back away from your ears. Nice tall posture. We're not arching the back, but we're also not rounding. And we're going to go ahead and begin with our first exercise, which is a chin curl. So here we are going to start the rounding of the back, where we're going to take that chin and we're going to tuck it into our neck. And then once you have that chin tucked, we're going to roll those shoulders forward. And then we're going to start to glide those fingertips down our shins to start to round that back. So almost a forward fold, but not necessarily. It's more of a half forward fold, I guess, sort of like a cat-cow position here. And then I want you to go ahead and start spreading your toes out and starting to feel how that ground feels below your feet while keeping that back rounded and that chin tucked here. Then go ahead and roll yourself back up, starting with the hands, gliding the hands on top of your legs first, rolling those shoulders back up, and then lifting the chin. So it's a nice fluid motion here. We're gonna go ahead and practice that one more time. So tuck that chin into your neck first, then we're gonna round those shoulders, and then we're gonna slide those fingertips down to about the middle of your shin here. So again, half forward fold, keep those shoulders nice and rounded, chin tucked. Inhale and exhale with me. And then go ahead and start to roll yourself back up. Fingertips first on top of the knees, round those shoulders back, and then the neck comes up nice and easy. Go ahead and do a couple shoulder rolls with me to roll those shoulders back away from the ears again. Kind of get out any kinks that we're still holding in the neck there. And then we're gonna bring it down to our feet. So kind of started at the top, now we're gonna go to the bottom, then we'll come back and forth. Let's go ahead and bring our awareness to our feet here. So we're gonna take our feet nice and flat on the ground, and kind of like I said in the first exercise, start to spread those toes out a little bit. Start to feel that floor, that ground underneath of your toes, and see kind of where you might hold the most amount of pressure when you're putting your foot flat on your ground or on the ground. And then we're going to start with some toe flexion and extension. So sort of like a calf raise, we're going to bring our toe or our heels up, bringing that pressure onto the ball of our foot where our toes meet. And then I want you to spread those toes out and try to get pressure on all toes here. So a lot of times when we come up on our toes, we put a lot of more pressure on the first 2 or 3 toes. So try to get a little bit of balance or equal pressure along the top of those toes there. Squeezing that calf muscle, getting a lot of warmth flowing through the shins here. And then go ahead and slowly release, and we're gonna get into an extension. So this time, heel goes on the ground here, toes are gonna come up, and we're gonna start to get a little bit of that flexion through the top of the shin, stretching out that calf muscle. So it's the opposite effect of what we just did. And this time, same thing, start to roll about on the heels of your feet just to kind of see what feels best in terms of pressure. You're not putting a ton of pressure on because obviously we're not standing, but there still should be some intentional pressure on the heels there. Feet should be flat, pointing straight up as far as you can go. Inhale and exhale here. And then we're going to transition into that flexion one more time here. So again, coming up on those toes. Get up as far as you can. Maybe you can come up a little bit further this time now that we've had some mobility going on here. And again, play around with that pressure on all 5 toes. We definitely have 5 toes. And especially with that pinky toe, we don't get a lot of pressure when we come up on our toes on that pinky toe. So play around with that pressure, spread those toes out. And then last time here, coming back down on the heels of our feet, toes pointing up, again, just rolling about on the heel there. Digging the heels into the floor, using a little bit of those hamstring and glute muscles to really dig into the floor there. And then go ahead and relax the feet. So now that you are flat on the ground again, we're gonna do a little bit of pronation in and out. So what we're gonna do is now take the foot flat on the ground, but we're gonna roll our knees in to bring a little bit of pressure on the toe and the inner part of your foot. So you might wanna scoot forward a little bit for this one just so you can get good traction or good pressure underneath. And we're just gonna take and we're gonna spread our toes out so our pinky toe kind of goes up and our big toe goes down. And then go ahead and roll and do the opposite. So pinky toe goes flat on the ground, big toe kind of flares up in the center there. Knees are gonna come out just ever so slightly. Just bringing a lot of different pressure, awareness to different parts of our foot that might not get it. And then go ahead and come back in this time. So keep those toes nice and spread apart. That way you can direct them accordingly. So big toes should be pushing down on the ground here, pinky toe should be flared up. Really spread those toes, continue to bring warmth up through your legs. And then last time down on those pinky toes. So big toes up, pinky toes on the floor. Hopefully no one's getting any foot cramps at this point. Great job. Go ahead and relax, bring those feet flat on the ground. Roll out any kinks you might still have and then scoot back a little bit further in that chair here. We're gonna do some knee extensions. So starting with that left leg, you wanna maybe grip the bottom of your chair so you have good support. Take that left leg and extend it out. So foot should be pointed straight up. Leg should be nice and straight. Really squeeze that quad muscle. We're just gonna kind of sit in the warmth of what this feels like initially. Big inhale and exhale. And then let's add in some ankle rolls. So you pick the direction, it doesn't really matter. I kind of like to do one in one direction and one circle in the other direction. You can pick one direction to stick with, it doesn't really matter. Just get a little bit of that ankle mobility. We worked a lot of ankle mobility initially with the groundwork we just did, but now we're kind of bringing it up to a freestanding mobility. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring that knee towards our chest. So you might wanna slide a little bit forward for this one. So a couple different ways that you can do this. You can grip at the knee here, or I kind of like to bring my arm underneath of my knee. It's a little bit more comfortable, so you choose. And we're just gonna hug that knee to our chest. So you're gonna feel a little bit of stretch in your hamstring and your glute. And the important thing here is to not let yourself sink all the way back in your chair. So although we are leaning a little bit back, try to stay nice and tall still, engaging that core, squeezing that belly button to the spine there. And then we're gonna add in some flexion and extension. So instead of the ankle rolls, we're gonna just be up and down similar to when we were on the floor. So again, feel free to spread those toes out, point it down as far as you can. Great. Go ahead and now release back into that extension. So extend that leg out, situate yourself back on that chair. Add in those ankle rolls again. And then slowly release that knee down. Awesome job. Get all situated again, and we're gonna go into the right side. So same thing on the other side, making sure that with that left leg that we just did, it stays nice and flat on the ground for the most part. Go ahead and extend that right leg out. Leg nice and straight again. Try to get it as parallel to your hip joint as you can. Really flex that foot up. Squeeze the quad muscle there. And then add in those ankle rolls. So again, you pick the direction, whatever feels best for you. Continuing to grip the base of the chair there if you need to. Sometimes if you don't, it can be easy to fall back. So use the base of that chair to your advantage. And then go ahead and hug that knee towards you. So again, scoot forward a little bit if you need to. I like to again grip underneath of my knee there, pulling that knee to my chest as far as I can go. Still staying nice and stable, right? We're not leaning backwards. We want to keep that left leg on the ground as best as we can. And then let's add in some flexion and extension. So toe points up and then down. Great. Our ankles should feel nice and mobile after this. All right, go ahead and extend that leg back out, nice and slow. Get all situated back in your chair, grip the base of that chair again, foot extends up, and then let's add back in some ankle circles here. And then go ahead and relax back down. Awesome job. Nice and loose, not a lot of tension there, hopefully still. So let's go ahead and bring it into some eagle arms. So what this looks like is bringing our arms out, really extending that chest, looking up to the sky, palms all the way up, back at a slight arch, not too much of an arch to where we feel pain in the lower back. And then inhale, and as you exhale, bring those arms across and give yourself a big hug, trying to really grip the shoulder blades there, rounding that back. And then inhale, as you exhale, extend those arms back out. Eagle arms nice and wide, palms up to the ceiling. Really open up that chest. And then take a big inhale and then exhale as you round those shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. This time when you're trying to grip your shoulder blades, try to flare those shoulders out a little bit. So it feels a little awkward, but you're kind of going against the tension. So as your arms are pulling in, you're trying to push those shoulders out just to get that good stretch there in the upper back. Great, go ahead and come back up. Release those arms. Roll those shoulders down and away from your ears a few times here. And let's get into some neck rolls. So now we're bringing a little bit of awareness to our neck, any tension and stress that we're holding in our neck. So we're gonna take our neck to one side and then slowly roll back down, chin to chest, and then to one side, the other side. Making a full circle, chin goes up to the sky. And one more rotation here. So I'm to my right here. Hold for a couple seconds. Stay nice and tall. Chin to chest. Again, using the strategy of gripping the base of your chair can help you stay nice and tall here in your posture. Moving to the left. Back up, chin to the ceiling. And then go ahead and reset back into your normal position. And we're gonna get into a figure 4 hip stretch this time. So again, we're coming lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body. There's a little bit of alternation here. So starting with your left leg, grip that ankle up, place it on the top of your knee. You might wanna scoot forward again a little bit just to get a good 90-degree angle with that right leg on the ground. You can grip your ankle just to keep it nice and steady. And then you're gonna take your left hand and push on your left knee, just until you feel a good stretch, slight discomfort, but no pain. Really getting that nice hip stretch in the outer hip, as well as a little bit of the inner thigh. Remembering to stay nice and tall here, drawing that belly button to your spine, engaging that core. Taking a big inhale and exhale, try to push down a little bit further on that left leg. And go ahead and release, slowly bringing that leg up. We don't like to come out of stretches fast. Go ahead and reset, and then go ahead and sit into the right side. So right leg is gonna come up, ankle on top of the left knee. Go ahead and grip that right ankle if you need to for support, and then take that right hand and push down on that right knee. So again, nice and tall here. Left leg should be 90 degrees on the ground. Inhale, exhale, try to push down a little bit further on that right leg, get a deeper stretch there. And slowly release. Now we're gonna get into a warrior pose, so one of my favorites. Situate yourself on the side of your chair here. Left leg is going to be pointing out. You wanna be right on the edge of your chair there. And then once you have your left leg 90 degrees pointing out, we're gonna take that right leg and we're just gonna slide it back. So hold on to your chair if you start to feel yourself falling forward, that's okay. We're gonna take that right leg out. Back is about as far as you can extend it there. So you should have this nice lunge formation here. Once you have that warrior pose, you should have just your left sit bone sitting on the chair there. We're gonna take the arms out. So left arm dangles out in front in correspondence with that left leg, and then right arm goes out right in front of you. Nice and tall, big deep breaths in and out. And then we're gonna add in a side reach. So first that side reach is gonna come forward. Really maintaining good core engagement here as you hold yourself nice and steady on that chair. And then bringing yourself back to that back side reach. One more time here, all the way up. Reaching nice and forward, try to go extend a little bit further with this second time. And then coming back up. Last side reach here, nice and long, trying to reach for the wall behind you. And then come back up to that warrior pose. And then release back down, transitioning to the other side. So nice, easy transition. Again, sitting on the edge of your chair. Right leg is gonna face out in front of you. Take that left leg, glide it back as far as what is comfortable. Also getting that nice hip flexor stretch here. Taking that right hand right out in front of you, left hand goes this way in front of you. We're just gonna sit in this warrior pose here, take some big inhales and exhales with me. And then on this third inhale and exhale, we're gonna take a forward side reach. So inhale and then exhale as you reach forward with me. Squeezing that core, drawing that belly button to the spine. And then inhale and then exhale as you side reach backwards. Then go ahead and repeat. So again, coming back through with that forward side reach. Great job, mighty family. One more back side reach here. And then coming back to that warrior pose. Roll those shoulders back away from your ears, hands out in front of you. And then release, coming back to center. Scooting those legs back forward nice and slow. We're gonna get into some side twists to stretch out that core. So first, turning to your right, go ahead and grip the back of your chair if you need to. And then I like to take my left hand and place it right on the side of my leg. Feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, flat on the ground. We wanna stay nice and tall, drawing that belly button to the spine and start to twist, going again, not to where you feel pain in your back, but that you do feel that good stretch in your core. Big deep breaths here. And then go ahead and release. Nice and slow, let everything kind of snap back into place there. Same thing on the other side. So turning to your left this time, gripping the back of your chair, right hand comes on the back or the other side of your left knee there, keeping the legs nice and apart here, and then twisting at the core only. And then go ahead and slowly release out of that. moving into one of our final poses, which is just a nice, easy, deep side reach. So we did some side twists. Now we're gonna bring in some side reaches. So take those feet out about as wide as you can go here, sitting on the very edge of your chair. Feet again flat on the floor, 90-degree angle. And we're just gonna take a nice, easy side reach. So I like to rest my elbow right on my inner thigh there, just so I have some support so I'm not toppling over. And then we're just gonna let ourselves kind of hang with that right arm here that's up top. So trying to stay nice and tall still. We don't wanna get lazy and fall forward. We don't wanna be arching our back. We wanna be nice and straight throughout our core. And then rise up nice and slow. Same thing on the other side. So resting that right elbow on the inner thigh there, reaching over. And then go ahead and come back up, switching sides one more time on each side here. Trying to get a little bit further with this second time around. And then last time over to the right here. Wonderful. Go ahead and bring yourself back up with an inhale and an exhale. Scoot those legs a little bit forward. We're still going to keep them wide for our very last pose here, which is a couple forward folds. So we're going to take our arms up all the way, kind of adding in a little bit of eagle arm here. Reach up to the sky, really elongate that spine. And then go ahead and forward fold, letting yourself just hang in between your legs here. You can touch the ground. I like to sometimes place my fingers up underneath of my toes. You can grip your shin, whatever feels comfortable here. And then slowly roll yourself back up. So keep that back nice and rounded. Once you're up, roll those shoulders back behind your ears, or back from your ears. One more forward fold here. So all the way up, nice and tall, big inhale and exhale, reaching to the sky, and then forward fold. Just letting yourself hang, releasing any tension that you have in your spine. And then whenever you're ready, roll yourself back up, nice and easy, to your neutral position. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Thank you so much for joining me for today's chair yoga. I hope you're feeling nice and relaxed and tension-free, and enjoy the rest of your week. If you would like to attend more live classes like these, click the link in the description below.